Alright, in this video we are going to see how to create this Flappy Bird game using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now if you see, we just have to pass this bird over the clean green block. So that's the target. As we move forward, you can see there's a score which is getting incremented, and if the bird touches the black rock, it's an image. It is going to say that game over along with the score. Fine. To start along, I leave all the images and the source code in the description so that you can start along with me. Now if you see, we have a bird image, cloud image and the rock image along with three files, which is HTML file, script file and JavaScript file. Now let's start with the HTML file. Let me create a new document and call it as demo.html, and let's have another file called demo.css and another file which is going to be demo.script. Let's open the HTML and start linking the style sheet first, demo.css, and then let's connect our script file. It's going to be demo.scripts. Actually it's saved as txt. We don't need that. Delete this demo.script and it's going to be all files. I'm sorry for that, I just got confused. It is demo.js. Cool. Now the HTML that we need is, let's have a container called game, and then inside the game we need block, which is going to be the brick image, and then we need hole. It's the hole is simply the green block, and then we need character. The character is going to be the bird. Now to start with the plain thing, we need to import, or we need to get the font which is Oswald, so that you can see the game which was showing the numeric value along with the text was in the font Oswald. We want that to be added, so for all element I'm going to give the font family as Oswald. Along with that, I'm going to remove the default margin and padding which is provided by Google by using the all selector. Now if I show you, let's see how does this looks. We are in the same folder, so we just have to rename it with demo.html. Cool. Nothing is there. So let's start by designing the body. So whatever is there inside the body, I want it to be at the center. So call the body attribute, body tag, and then give the background color as gray, and then height and width, let make this 100% vertical height, width be 100% vertical width. If I refresh, this is how it looks. Now whatever is there on the body, I want it to be at the center, so display flex, align items center, justify content center. Now let's move forward the game div. Let's have the background color, background image as the bird, the cloud, and let's give the width and height. Let the height be 500 pixel and let the width be 400 pixel for now. And I want the background image to get stretched as cover, and let's see how does this looks. If there is a repetition, we'll make this no repeat. Fine, there doesn't seem to be much problem in the design. Now let's move forward by adding the block. So if you notice, the height is going to be 500 pixel as like parent. The width is going to, let's make this 50 pixel, and let's have the background for this as rock. You can see now we have to position this as it is starting from the left. So to use left we have to use position, and the right one here is relative, and left be 400 pixel. You can see the width is actually 400 pixel, but we have made this as 400. Now let's add an animation. Move 1s on the linear speed infinite amount of time. Let's define at the rate keyframes move, so on 0th time frame and on 100th time frame. On 0th time frame the left need to be 400, it should start from 400 and it should end on minus 50. The 50 is because the width of the rock is 50. So the block is coming out, so overflow hidden will make that thing go away. Cool. Now what we need is, let's design the hole. So the height and width we are going to give for the hole is, the height is going to be 150 pixel, the width, the width should need to be full as like the block. Now let's give the background color as green. Let's choose this yellow green. Refreshes. What will happen is, so it's not block again, it's going to be hole. So if you notice, it's not viewable, so let us remove this and show you. It's over here, it's just below the, since it is position relative, what happens is the block comes first and after the block we have a hole. So that's here. The first section 500 pixel height is for block, and the second 150 pixel is for hole. So what we can do is, let's add the same animation to the hole as well. Let's give position so that it works. Now we want this green to be at the top, so we need to give top as well 500 pixel. The 500 pixel is because the container width is 500 pixel. Container height, the game container height is 500 pixel. So since it is starting below the block, the height of the block is 500 pixel. So if I give minus 500 pixel, it starts from the origin. So I think the explanation is clear. If you don't understand, just rewind it and watch again. So now we can give the overflow hidden to the game. Refresh it. Cool. Now let's just move into the JavaScript, and in the JavaScript what we need to do is, we have to make sure that the green block is not on the same place. It need to move on, it need to move its position as the animation goes on. And let's start make the hole takes the random place on the block. So for that, let's have all the HTML tag on our JavaScript by calling the ID. The first one is block, the second one is hole, and we would be having the character, we'll be creating it right now. Let me do that as well. Cool. Now get the hole. Since we have an animation running on the hole, so add event listener animation iteration function, and here what we need is we need to get the random number. So math dot random, this is going to give the value from 0.0 to 1.0. so I want it to multiply by 300, so that I get the value starting from 0 until the value 300. Let me check and show you. Random console dot log. Let's get into the inspect console, refresh. As you can see, we are getting the random value from 0 till 300, and now what I need is I'll make this starting from 150. So that means I don't want the value starting from 0 to 150. So now the value which we will be getting is will be in the range of 150 to 450. So since we are dealing with position relative, our hole is below the block, so we have to make this negative. Now we have to pass this, get the hole and use the style, then have the top and add the pixel to it. Refresh it. It's not showing up. So the mistake that we have done is we have to make this surround this into bracket. Now we would get it. So we got this. Now let's design the character now. Choose the character and give height 50 pixel, width 50 pixel, background color for now red, and let's give position absolute, top of 0 pixel, so you can make this 100 pixel, and I want this to be as a circle, so border radius 50%. Cool, we got it. Now if you want, you can have this image inside the circle. So the bird, I think I have given different name. It's flappy dot png, and we have to make this background size cover let's choose 100%. Not at all working. Flappy is not available. Let me see what name I have given. Actually it's GIF. Cool. Let's try to make this cover. Now that seems okay, but what if I give this as 200%? 150 percentage, 120. Cool, that seems alright. Now we can remove this red color. Now we have our bird flying. Then now what we are going to do is we are going to add the gravity effect. That what it does is the bird needs to fall from the sky. So for that we have to use set interval function, and it should run every 10 millisecond. And by the time we have to get the top position of the bird. So to get the top position of the bird, we have a function window dot get computed style, and we have to pass the element which we want the position of. So in this case we want the character position, and what is from what position we need, we want its value top. So we'll save this into a variable called character top. Now we have to pass this to the character dot style dot top equal to, and we need to get this as integer. So %, which will convert the string into integer, then character top plus the string pixel. Now if you see, I'll show you with the help of console. The top position of the bird is 100. If you remember, we have given position absolute and the height as 100 pixel, so it is going to be 100 all the time. Now since it is 100 all the time, what we need is we need to add the falling effect. So let's just make this as -3. So each time the set interval runs every 10 seconds, it is going, the character top is going to get it is going to get the value +3 to it. So it is going to get fall. Refreshing the page, so you can see it is getting fall. Just for the performance, let me make this 1000. Now we need to add the jump effect. So to add the jump effect, what we need to do is we have to get into the HTML first, and on the body, on click, and have the function jump. Now let's define this in JavaScript. So when I click on the HTML, this function is going to get triggered. So before triggering, I want to create a flag like variable jumping. On page loads, it need to be 0, and on page load, I want the bird to fall. If jumping is equal to 0, then add the fall effect. Now when I jump, I want this variable to be 1. That means I don't want the bird to fall in this case. So let's create a set interval again of 10 millisecond. Here in this case it is going to jump, so using the same, in this case it need to go up, so for that we'll use minus. So if I click once, this function is going to get run and it is not going to stop. So to stop this function, let's create clear interval jump. So let's create a counter, jump counter equal to 0. When I click on it, it should be 0, and after that on set interval I want this jump counter to get incremented. So, and this is going to be unlimited, sorry, unlimited, it is going to get infinite number of times. So to stop it, if the set interval time is greater than 20, then jump it. Sorry, we don't want to jump it, then we have to stop it. So to stop, we have to use the clear interval function, and we have to reset the value, jumping equal to 0 and the counter equal to 0. So if I refresh and show you, and we have to make this as 10 again, refresh it, it's falling. If I click again, once it's 20, it's come down. Once the set interval is 20, it erases it and starts again. I hope this is clear. And one more thing, when I jump, I want it to stay for 5 milliseconds, so 50 milliseconds on the same place. So for that, what we can do is, while adding this decrementing this 5, we have to add an if statement saying that now if you see, if I don't want the bird to get jump above the container, again we have a problem in the CSS. If you see, we want this bird to be over here, so get the game div on the style sheet and give position relative. Now if you notice, the bird is not going to, if I click again and again, it is not going to cross the top, and if I leave it, for a certain number of time, it is going to stay there. And now as we made a condition that it should not go above the game div, the same thing, it should not go below the game div, so we have to pass a condition over here. If character top as you know, the size of the bird is 50 pixel, so 500 minus 50 is 450. So if it is greater than 450, we have to show alert game over. We have to pass this in the form of string. So let me wait, and once it touches, it should give the alert saying game over. Cool. And now we have to add the hit detection function condition. So that means we have to get, so before that, what we need is, we have to reset the counter. Cool, we haven't added the game div, so let me add in a quick way. So have score ID and type score, and inside the span, let's just have 00 for now, and get into the CSS, have the ID score, position absolute, top 0, left, in this case it's right 0, padding 10 pixel, and then background as white. Let's see how does this looks. Let's take this aside, refresh it. Cool, that is working. Now what we need is, let's have a function. So let's have a counter, let this be 0, let this start by 0, and on every 10 millisecond it need to get incremented, and once it is incremented, let's get the element on the JavaScript. We'll use query selector. Since it is only one, we can directly call it. It's an ID, so pass the hash, and then we need to select the span. So it is the score. This variable stores the span. So call the span tag and have inner HTML equal to pass the counter. Now on each 10 millisecond it will be counting. And finally what we need is, let's see what's missing, the hit detection. Yes, add hit detection condition. Now to get the hit detection we need to get two things. The first one is the position of the block on the left side, and then the position of the hole. So let's get this using the same computed value style. Cool, let's have this over here. So we got the position of the block left and holes top. And one more thing, here the tricky part is, since it's position absolute, we have to make this as negative value of the character, and that's really simple. We just have to add the negative in front of it, and this is the height of the container. And then we have to perform the hit we have to perform counter equal to 0, reinitialize it. We have to perform the hit condition of the block and the hole. So if it touches the bottom, it should say game over. So if the block touches either the if the block touches the bird's width, the bird's width is 50 pixel we have given, so you can see 50 pixel. Go to pass here 50, it's the width of the bird, and this is the width of the block. So once these two touches, then we should get the game over alert. Let's try it. So to slow down, what we can do is we can make this set interval as 50. Refresh it. It says game over. Cool. So it's too fast. Let's just decrease the value again, 100 millisecond. And let's increase the width of the container. Get the game container, increase the width as 800. Refresh it. So it's the height, we have to make the width as 800. And let's change the hole as well, not the hole but the block. The position needs to be 800. It should start from 800. And again the hole, the move function, refresh it. It's too fast. Let's make this 2 seconds. Refresh again, and now we can increase the set timeout. Cool, I think the scope of this video is done. Get the source code in the description. Thank you so much for listening.